What's up, guys? This is Adam from esportsheaven.com, and once again, I'm joined by now Root Gaming's ChuDat. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. I actually really like this event. It's been really good. So obviously, you know, you've been playing today. Walk me through your matches. And was there anything like really important that happened, or like hard matches?
Yeah, so I played in doubles. I got first place in doubles. I had This Kid Boogie and Homemade Waffles in my doubles bracket. Luckily, Kobo and Gatsu arrived like 45 minutes late to the venue, so we didn't have to fight them, so we had an easy time in doubles. And singles, I had a bunch of people I didn't really know. I had like 4 Ice Climber players in my bracket, and then...
Strange.
Yeah, it was really strange. That's discluding me, so that's 5, I think. And then I got first place in that, and that's pretty much it. I'm just waiting for the melee character crew battles right now, so that's pretty much it.
Who's your doubles partner, Chillin? Or
Chillin, dude. I team with Team Liquid Chillin.
Okay. Did you only enter melee? Because I remember last time we talked, you entered like every single game imaginable.
Okay, so I entered Wii U singles as well, but unfortunately I was way too tired to play in Wii U singles. I didn't think I was going to do well anyways because I had Ally in my bracket as well. So I decided to drop out of Wii U singles in order to get some rest. I got about like half an hour rest, but I feel much better from before.
Okay, that's good. Now, you also mentioned that you're in the character crew battle. How are you feeling about that? I know a lot of people, they don't think the Ice Climbers can do it. How are you feeling, especially with your team and going up against the other teams and characters?
I think it's going to be really tough. I think Falcon is a really, really tough matchup for Ice Climbers, but I think that we should be able to do it because all their Falcon players are... It's okay, so you got S2J, you got Wizrobe, you got Gatsu, and like Wizrobe, Gatsu, they're not as good as S2J. They're kind of like on a lower level than them, I think. And then I forgot who the 4th person is, but I think we should be able to do well against that type of team because we have Nintendo Wobbles and This Kid Boogie. Especially if we wobble everybody, I think we'll have a really, really easy, easier chance to beat these guys.
Okay. Going forward, do you think you can beat all the other teams too? Like, let's say you advance.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Like I think we have to fight Team Liquid Hungrybox's team. It's going to be either Jigglypuff or Falco. Most likely, Hungrybox might be able to coach his team to beat the Falco team. Ice Commerce is a really, really good matchup on Jigglypuff, in my opinion. Even if you rest, it's pretty much a free wobbles. So yeah, I think that we should be able to beat the Jigglypuff team just because there's only one really, really good Jigglypuff player on the team, and besides 4, like Aglet. Which is a really, really low-level player. You got a 4%. I don't even know who that is. And then you also you have Prince Abu, which is I think he's like top 50 in the Melee and Omni power ranking. So I think we have a really good chance to make it to the finals and maybe win.
So, let's go back a little bit because, as I said, there's a lost interview out there. If anyone has found it, please let us know. But since that's the case, let's talk a little bit about where we saw you. So last time we saw you was at Red Bull Battlegrounds, Washington, D.C., 2015. That was a StarCraft 2 event. You're a Smash player. What's going on, man? Do you usually follow a lot of other esports? Are you fans of other esports, things like that? Okay,
so I got in contact with Team Liquid's Ken. So he actually is really good friends with the organizer of the whole tournament of StarCraft Battlegrounds, Red Bull Battlegrounds. Not really sure what it's called, but he hooked me up with some free tickets. I wanted to hang out, with some friends there too. So I was like, might as well. I know a little bit about StarCraft. I played StarCraft back when it first came out. I think it was like in 5th grade back when StarCraft came out or something like that. So it was so long ago. But yeah, I'm a big fan of like StarCraft, other esports, mainly of course League of Legends and I guess Dota 2 now since I'm rocking Root. But yeah, I'm a big fan of like StarCraft, Dota, League of Legends, and I guess CS:GO too.
No, I'm glad that you mentioned that because you are now a part of Root Gaming. There was a time after you parted ways with Mortality that like you didn't really have anyone except like Melee Help, but that wasn't really like the official sponsor that you probably wanted. And now you're part of Root Gaming. This is a storied organization. People like Cats, some legends like Kiwi Kaki, Slush. These are some people who are very known in the community and have some really good stories, I guess you could say, in the history of StarCraft 2 especially. How did that happen, man? How did you get hooked up with Root Gaming?
Again, I gotta thank my buddy Ken. So he was able to put me in contact with Katz, and then I guess Katz was just like, "Yeah, ChuDat, we can definitely try you out, see how you like, Root Gaming." And I guess they decided to go with me as their first Super Smash Bros. Player because they were really interested in joining the Smash team, but they didn't know how. They didn't have like an extra player out there, to grab. So luckily, I dropped out of mortality, and they were able to find me and pick me up, and now they're in the Smash scene now.
What's it been like being on the team now for, I guess, like 4 months now, 5 months, something like that?
Yeah, it's about like 4 months. So my first out-of-state event under the Root Gaming jersey would be Midwest Mayhem. I placed first at that for Root Gaming, and other than that, I haven't been able to go to any other events. However, I'm here, Pound 2016. I'm going to be at Super Smash Con. I'll be at CEO Evo, of course. Gotta go to Evo. Yeah. Can't wait for that.
Okay. Now, one thing that kind of happened, even though despite the fact that you're part of Root Gaming, you didn't end up going to Genesis 3. You made that video, kind of explaining the situation. Obviously, like things weren't so easy when you didn't have a job, things like that. You got laid off. So what's been going on with that? How's the search been? How are you? I guess in life in general right now.
So life's really good. I'm kind of doing my thing. I'm streaming. I don't stream as much as that I would like to, but I do get my streams out there for you guys. However, I am still looking for jobs. I got a bunch of calls back. Unfortunately, they would leave voicemails, and then I would call them back, and then they would not respond to my voicemails. And so it gets kind of difficult looking for a job. But if I just keep pushing myself, to keep looking for a job, then I'm definitely sure I'll be able to get one, and I'll be able to attend more events too.
Now, last time we talked too, you said in the absence, I guess, of getting laid off and having all this free time, you kind of really dedicated yourself to Smash, I guess, and that's how you did so well at Evo, top 8. Man, that's nothing to scoff at. What exactly was happening with that? Did you feel like you kind of rediscovered your love for the game, maybe, or what exactly caused, I guess you could say, that amazing performance that people really didn't expect from you?
Yeah. So what actually happened was it was the passion of the community. The community pushed me to do really, really well at Evo. They actually believed that I could place first. So if they believed in me, I thought that I could believe in myself to place first. So I tried my best to get first place at Evo. I ended up getting top 8, which is really, really awesome. And I would like to thank all the Smash community for giving me the opportunity to go to Evo and believing in me to do well at Evo. There's a lot of haters out there that didn't think that all the money being put into me to go to Evo was not going to be worth it. But there's an overwhelmingly amount of people to to support me that didn't even matter, and I was able to do well at Evo.
Right. Another thing that happened at Evo, too, besides your amazing performance, obviously, is that a lot of the older guys did really well, too. Obviously, you beat Hugs to get into top 8, which means he got 9th. And then Ken scored an amazing upset over Westballs. I think he got 17th overall. You think the old bloods maybe making a comeback? Maybe you and Chillin are coming back. As you said, you're teaming with them, or with him, rather. Well, what's going on with that? Is the old school coming back to reclaim their throne?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm learning so many new things from all these new players. I'm adapting to this new style, so I think I'm going to be able to make a comeback in 2016. So expect some great things from me. Yeah.
You a lot of people, I guess I want to say criticize. I don't know if that's the right word, but have said you're being the original Ice Climber. Your tech is kind of just old school, and you kind of go off of that. Your strong fundamentals to be so good, but they said that you're lacking in new tech. Is that something that you've been working on, or have you been talking to other Ice Climbers players, maybe the people on your team, on how to improve and things like that?
I do a little bit of both, so I'll watch a couple pro players and see what they do. So there's 2 new advanced techniques I just incorporated into my gameplay, and that's pretty much. So if you hit somebody into a platform, then you actually have to follow their where they roll or where they tech, and then you got to hit them out of that, and that's optimizing the punish, and that's what it's called. So that's one thing I was working on, and then another thing would be, of course, shield dropping. That's something that just came out maybe about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, or something like that. I just picked it up last year, right before Evo. I was like, let me try this technique out, see how it works for me. It worked perfectly. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And yeah, because of those 2 techniques and just adapting to this new way of playing, I think I'm going to become much better as a player.
Right, right. And you are using ice climbers. And one thing that we've also noticed this year too is that the people on your team, especially like they've been doing well. Like Nintendo got top 8 at Genesis, and then we also saw Wobbles do amazing at Battle of the Five Gods. People doubted the ice climbers, but now it seems like they have success. How do you feel about the character? And do you feel like you can achieve success with just those two?
Okay, so I think ice climbers can do really, really well against any kind of character, any kind of player. It all depends on the patience of the ice climber player, because all ice climbers want to do is they want to wait for an opportunity to grab somebody. So they're basically waiting for the opponent to mess up, and so that requires a lot of waiting. So, but if you get that nice little read and you're able to take off a complete stock, you're able to throw off their momentum, you're able to throw off their whole entire mindset, you're able to put them on tilt, which is great for somebody playing against that person. So I think that ice climbers can definitely do it, and just because of that, the whole wobbling and putting somebody on tilt factor is like it's just so strong. It's just really, really strong. People don't know what they're doing against it.
Yeah, that's a good point in terms of like the mental game. I've been talking with a lot of players, and they've talked about how important the mental game of Smash is. Even just like you can have great tech skill, you can have great knowledge of the game, but if your mental game isn't there, obviously you can't perform well. How do you work on your mental game?
My mental game, I just basically tried to use all the experience I've learned from playing this game for 15 years, 13 years, something like that. So I just try to use all that experience, put it all together, and I try to out experience the other player. And that's how I win the majority of my matches. Unfortunately, when it comes to the top players, I actually have to try to adapt to them, see what they're doing, and then do that thing where I have to wait for an opportunity to grab them. So that's pretty much what I do. I just try to like I said, I just try to wait a lot, and I try to adapt.
Okay. Now, as we know, you play in a lot of melee, and you said that you did drop out of Smash 4. Does that mean like this year maybe it's all about melee, or are you like splitting your focus between games?
Okay, yeah, so I really like Smash on the Wii U. I like the character Bayonetta, but one thing that they did was they recently nerfed Sheik. So I was a Sheik main, and so I guess I didn't want to play Sheik anymore just because like they're just making the character like way too hard. So I'm just gonna try out Bayonetta, but I really, really want to focus on melee instead. I think a lot of my performance is gonna come from melee. Smash 4 is like a high risk type of game, because like you can die to anything because of a mechanic called rage. So Smash 4 is really risky. So I'm definitely gonna put in all my most of my time, most of my energy into melee.
You've been playing this game for so long. You were there during 2006 in the MLG era with Ken. You've been here almost since the beginning. You're the original ice climber. So what keeps you playing? What keeps you coming back to this game?
Dude, it's pretty much the community, just the spirit of competition. Like that stuff is, you always want to be the best at anything you do. And so like, if you see somebody doing better than you, you want to come back and you want to compete. So like, I saw Wobbles, doing pretty good at Evo. So I wanted to see if if I can do well at Evo. I got kind of close to his level. He got second at Evo 2013. I got top 8. So I guess like my goal will probably be like getting first at an Evo. Maybe this year or next year or something like that. It's just this. It's like the whole spirit of competition. So that's pretty much what drives me to come back to this game.
Yeah, even as you get older, it still seems like you're competing. Does that ever play into your mind, like, man, I'm getting old, maybe I should hang up the controller or something like that? Or is it just, no, I want to play this game until the end?
That's a good question. I'm just going to play it until I lose my spirit of competition, until I start sucking. So I'm not sure how far the spirit of competition will go. I guess maybe until like my hands break or something like that. So I guess time will tell. But as long as my spirit is still there, I'm still probably going to compete, I think.
Right, and you did say that you were looking for a job, and I know I've been talking with a lot of people, and it's just like Smash, it seems like it's going to a point where you can go full-time, full esports, as a lot of people like to say. Is that something that you're looking to do? Like, even if you don't get, I guess, the normal job that you're looking for, do you want to go full esports and become a player, or I guess a personality since you stream?
Dude, that would be the dream. If I could get a full-time job doing streaming, doing some type of esports content, just doing something in esports, that'd be great. I'd really love that as my permanent job. And I guess time will tell if that would be a possibility. So I guess we'll wait and see. But yeah.
Right. And you said that you're feeling really good about this year. So what exactly are your goals for 2016? Maybe even outside the game.
Okay, so my number one goal is just to beat everybody that I've lost to in the past. Of course, I got like I said, my spirit of competition. So I want to take out all of those guys that beating me within the past 12 years of playing this game. I've done a pretty good job of beating a couple people that have been beating me in the past. But yeah, that's my number one goal. It's all about competition. Maybe win EVO, win CEO. Maybe if I could win a major, then that'd be nice. I guess that's pretty much it. And besides for like the esports stuff, get a job. That'd be nice too. Just to have something, with security.
Right. Now, I feel like we have to talk about this. Your match against Hugs last year, not only were the games really legendary, like I was on the edge of my seat like that last stock, but I mean the pop off was pretty. I don't know if hilarious is the right word. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, Hugs. Just tell me a little bit about that match and what you were thinking going into it.
Yeah, sure. So that match, I knew I was going to have a really good chance to beat Hugs. So just because every single time I fought Hugs at the MLG's tournaments back in 2006, 2005, I'd always beat him every single time. I fought him like maybe 5 times, 6 times back in the day. I was not scared at all when I had to fight him at EVO. He thought that he came up with some new tricks. He thought he can come up with a new style, but I knew he was the same old Hugs, and I knew that I was going to beat him. That's why I was not scared when I only had one single ice climber, and that's why I popped off so hard, just because I knew so badly I was going to beat him.
Now, of course, that begs the question of, I believe I want to say he challenged you to a money match, but like he did say he wanted to play you again, and I guess in an exhibition format. Is that still something that's in the works, or do you think that he's kind of moved on to fighting Nintendo or something like that? That
is actually still in the works. So what we're going to do later on today is we're going to do an exhibition match, and it's going to be me versus Hugs. I guess we'll see what happens. It's going to be a great tournament set. I mean, it's just gonna be a great match. I'll probably end up beating him again, like I usually do. So if you guys want to see that, definitely watch that tournament set. But other than that, I can't wait to fight Hugs. It's gonna be a great match.
Is it a best of 3 or best of 5?
Most likely it'll probably be a best of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm just thinking about the pop off that might happen. Now, okay, so I remember back when we talked in Apex 2015, you talked a lot about how much you love teams and how you're really good at it. But obviously, a lot of times, singles kind of overshadows teams in a lot of senses. What do you think should be done to make teams, garner more interest? Is the right phrase, maybe?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I think teams need to have static teammates first of all. So that'd be the first thing. Maybe like a pot. That'd be maybe another good way to bring more interest into teams. Maybe we can try maybe like some type of storyline. Like let's say CLG PewFat defeats Mango and Armada every single tournament, and then maybe Mango and Armada make a comeback. They defeat CLG PewFat. Just like storylines like that. There's already some type of storyline going on right there. I think PewFat was able to defeat BT King and Armada, who have been undefeated for the past 10 tournaments or something like that. So. And so I find that really, really interesting. So I'm thinking that teams are going to be getting bigger. As long as the storyline's there, they'll make it more interesting. But it's mainly people just need to get better at doubles and being better at being able to communicate with their team's partner and being knowing what their teammate's going to do. So it's the metagame really. If the metagame has been stagnant for a really, really long time, that's what's probably why it hasn't grown at all yet. So once the metagame starts, getting better and people are comboing off of each other more and more, then I think we'll see some more, more teams games and more teams matches that are on top level.
Now, do you actually prefer teams more than singles, or is it kind of like a 50-50 or something like that?
Oh, dude, I love teams. I love teams more than singles. I perform better in teams than singles. Maybe singles is just harder, but just because people don't team with the same exact partner every single tournament. So, but yeah, I definitely perform better at teams. That's why I enjoy better. That's why I enjoy teams better.
Is it just like, do you think it's, part of it too is just like working together with that person to achieve the goal, not just only because you perform better?
That's another good reason. Just being able to, read what your teammate's going to do it just puts the game at another level that you never even thought about. And it's just like it's great. It's really it's awesome. That's probably the best way that I can put it.
Now, I also got to ask you about one thing. This seems like the eternal secret of the Smash community. What is going on with Asin, man? Is he coming back? Is he not? Does he actually play? Like, is he trying to become like the best in the world? Like, what is going on, man? Please tell us.
Okay, so I can't really say about what's going on with Asin at the moment, but he will be making a comeback. He'll definitely be probably at Super Smash Con. Most definitely expect him there. Other than that, unfortunately, he was not able to make it to Pound. He had some type of emergency to attend to. I guess he's doing that. But yeah, he'll definitely be back. That's the only thing I can tell you.
Okay. So at least it seems like he wants to keep on playing.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's good. H2IL coming back, I guess. Now, of course, last time we talked, also you said that you were teaming with Chillin, and you wanted that to be your static partner. And you told me that, like, at the time you realized that Chillin never really paid attention to you when you guys were playing doubles. Have you guys improved on that? Like, have you guys improved on a team in other areas as well?
Yeah. I think after watching PewFat versus Mutaking and Armada, I think our team's dynamics and like our team's mechanics have gotten much better. Another team that I really like to watch is probably Armada, and I think his brother's name is Aniolis or something like that. Android, yeah. So they're a really good team. They do something called volleyball, where they hit their opponents back and forth to each other. And so I'm telling Chillin Dude just recently to start learning that, start picking that up, because that is the metagame of teams, is to being able to combo with your teammate. Separating teams matches in 1v1s, that's not interesting at all. So we definitely need to get to to the metagame and that's just like comboing with each other. That'll definitely make everything much more more sound and more mechanically better for our team.
Maybe taking a step outside the game. As I said, you've been playing this game for a long time, and there have been times where like you have played a lot and you haven't played a lot. And especially the last year when you lost your job, was there a time where you were like, man, maybe this is it. Maybe I should just like focus on life. Maybe I should maybe just hang up the controller completely. How did you have those dark days, and how did you handle them?
All right, so 2011, I did have that type of dark day. It was super unfortunate. I got into like some big fight with another Smasher, and I just didn't want to see him at Smash tournaments anymore. And it was during like the Brawl days. I'm not really sure if you can really like say this, because like it's Brawl. Brawl. There's a lot of conflict with the Brawl community and the Melee community, right? But there's a whole bunch of drama in the Brawl community. So unfortunately, I got myself into that drama, which caused me to quit Smash for a little bit. I think it was about a year or so. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just not going to go to any more tournaments. I'm done, competing, especially because this game is not as fun as Melee. So let me just focus on life for a little bit to see how how it goes. And it went really well. I was able to get my associates during that time, and then I finally finished it. And then I started working on my bachelor's. Still working on it right now. But yeah, I think it's like, as long as you keep yourself occupied with something else, keep yourself busy, you can get through anything. Like, even if it's like losing your competitive spirit, just because you get into like some argument with the Smasher or something like that.
Right. And of course, we see you stream a lot. I guess you could say you're pretty. You're a face that's shown a lot in the Smash community, I guess you could say. What else do you like to do outside the game, man? Obviously, we always talk about Smash, but I'm sure you have other hobbies.
Oh, yeah, dude. I really like League of Legends. I think I mentioned this in the last interview that we had. So that game is really fun. I play that game a lot. I'm getting pretty close to Platinum, which is insane. I mean, obviously it's not insane for really good players, like Diamond players, Challenger players, Master players, but yeah, I mean, I think League of Legends is just so fun. Just playing on a team with 4 other people is just so fun. There's a lot to learn. I'm able to apply a lot of the League of Legends team dynamics into Smash Brothers, into doubles. So that's another thing I like about League. But League, other than League, I like I used to play tennis for a little bit. that game's always fun. And then I like to play guitar. Guitar's always fun. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I played soccer when I was younger. That was it. That was pretty much it.
Me too, don't worry.
Yeah.
So, but actually, that's something interesting that you bring up, because we see a lot of people play a lot of games, but you don't always hear about how what you learn in other games transfers over to Melee. And of course, you played all the other Smash games too. So I guess my question is, how did playing the other games, other Smash games, affect your Melee game, and how did playing League of Legends affect your Melee game?
Yeah. So there's something in League of Legends called tunnel visioning. So basically, what that is, excuse me. Okay. What tunnel visioning is if you focus on one target, then that's really, really bad, because like you're pretty much like not focusing on anything else. You're only focusing on one target, and you can't do that in a game called League of Legends, just because like, it's a MOBA, it's a 5v5 type of game. If you focus on one target, the 4 other targets are going to get you, right? So you transfer that to Smash and doubles. If you to focus on 2 targets at the same time, you can't focus on one target. If you focus on only one target, the other opponent is going to hit you from behind, and you can't let that happen. You're going to lose you could lose your entire stock. You could lose the entire game. You can lose the entire set just because you tunnel vision that one time. So it's just really, really important. A really important lesson that I learned from League of Legends is just not to tunnel vision.
Did playing any of the other Smash games change your Melee game at all, or no?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like in Melee, I play a little bit slower thanks to Brawl, thanks to Smash 4, and I take things a little bit more easier. I think about like what my opponent's thinking more. I didn't really used to do that in Melee. I kind of just went on autopilot. People just like spam, tech skill. They just spam buttons, and I used to be like one of those people. But after playing Smash 4 and after playing Brawl, I was able to learn how to read an opponent a little bit better.
Okay. All right, man. I can't really think of anything else to say. This has been a pretty long interview. It's always nice talking to you, Chu. Are there any shout-outs you want to give or words you want to say to your fans? How can your fans follow you?
Yeah, sure. So I'd like to make a huge shout out to Root Gaming, my sponsor. You guys can follow me at facebook.com/ChuDats with 1Z, twitter.com/Root ChuDats with 1Z. You can follow me at my Twitch, twitch.tv/ChuDats with 1Z. And that's pretty much it. And thanks for the interview, Adam.
Yeah, of course, man. It's always nice talking to you, as I said. Stay tuned to esports7.com for more coverage of Pound 2016. We'll see you guys.